to Voice of Nigeria, Mother.
Voice of Nigeria, Lagos. You're listening to Voice of Nigeria, Lagos.
the ninth day of Dhul Hijjah gradually gets to us, and Muslims around the world celebrate Eid al-Kabir. It's beautiful to be alive. Good morning, and welcome to the session of broadcasting programs on Voice of Nigeria, Lagos, broadcasting at 15120 kilohertz in the 19-meter band. Today is the 5th day of November 2011, and you won't believe it, in a little while, a month and a few weeks, the year will be over. An outlook of weather from Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, indicates that it will be a sunny day with maximum day temperature at 32 degrees Celsius and minimum night temperature at 23 degrees Celsius. Humidity 61% and visibility very good. For Lagos State, where we are broadcasting from right now, it's projected to be a wet day with sunny shower. Maximum day temperature 28 degrees Celsius, minimum night temperature 24 degrees Celsius, 80% humidity and visibility good. So it's a good time to visit Nigeria. While it's sunny on one end, it's wet in the other end. So if you're stopping by in Lagos, just come with a raincoat and umbrella. An outlook of our programming for today. We have us serving you with listener letters, a program where we get back to you on what you feel about us and the letters you write to us. Listeners' letters is spelled for 505 GMT and the 15120 kilohertz in the 19-meter band. It will run till 5:30 GMT, when we'll bring you reflections. And today on reflections, Rosemary Okoye takes you on a meditative look on love. What is love? Is it selfish? Is it kind? If we had much of love in the world, how would the world be? I bet you it would be a better place. So stay on with us for reflections at 5:30 GMT. Reflections will run till 5:35 GMT when we bring you Weekend Magazine. And today it's a mix of old issues as we look into the significance of Eid al-Kabir. We look at how good parenting could curb moral decadence and other vices in the society, all spiced up with beautiful African tunes. It will be all yours if you stay with us on Weekend Magazine for today. 6 hours GMT will be time for the world news, and it will culminate at 6:30 GMT when we bring you Financial Monitor, a program done in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria. And today's focus is on the implications of the recently recapitalized banks in Nigeria. You know, the Central Bank of Nigeria did up the ante on a minimum deposit by banks, and then banks had to be commercialized to ensure that we had a more viable financial sector. So what are the implications for all investors and stakeholders? That will be the focus on Financial Monitor built for 6:30 GMT. Nigeria is a great country. We love celebrating. And one of the things we celebrate in different areas, the 36 states of the Federation, the 774 local government areas that make up the country, are our unique cultural festivals. And today on celebrations built for 6:45 GMT, we'll be celebrating Isiro Festival of Yosun people in southwest Nigeria. All these and more will come your way if only you stay. My name is Glory Ohagu. Remember, you can listen to us at www.voiceofnigeria.org still, because it comes at 6 a.m. here in Nigeria, 5 hours GMT, time for the news. Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan has reiterated his administration's determination to provide business-friendly environment for the various commercial sectors. The President restated the resolve at the opening ceremony of the 2011 Lagos International Trade Fair, holding at the Fair Complex along the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. He said more commitments would be made in infrastructure development to aid business growth. President Jonathan maintained that the power sector was critical to business suggesting that the administration would do everything possible to increase power supply. The president thanked the Lagos State Governor, Babatunde Rajafashola, for his administration's drive at infrastructural development that is promoting the growth of business in the state. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the launch of Nigeria-Australia Trade and Investment Council was a high point of President Goodluck Jonathan's visit to Australia. The council would initially focus on collaboration between the two countries in the area of energy, mining, agriculture, and financial services. The Foreign Affairs Ministry spokesman, Mr. Ogbolo Amedu Ode, says the council would establish secretariats in Perth and Lagos and would also hold a conference in Nigeria next year. The autonomous of the Federal Scholarship Board has been described as the best thing that could happen to the education sector in Nigeria. The director of the board, Mrs. Hindatu Abdullah, told Voice of Nigeria in Abuja, the nation's capital, that the scholarship board, which is domiciled with the Federal Ministry of Education, would be more effective, efficient, and robust in its operations once it becomes independent. Nigerians need to live in peace and harmony because the country's unity gets more enhanced in the nation's diversity. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambo, made the point in Abuja in his Eid al-Kabir's message to all Nigerians and Muslim faithfuls in particular. Tambo said the occasion called for self-reflection, and Nigerians must continue to reflect on the ideals of unity, cohesion, and mutual understanding, while being helpful to the less privileged members of the society. The speaker encouraged the Muslim faithfuls and Nigerians in general to use the occasion to reflect on the need to sacrifice and total submission to the will of Allah. They also urged Muslims to use the period to pray for unity, peace, and the desired positive changes in the country, especially the collective quest for tackling the national challenges. A public outcry in Egypt has led the cabinet to draft a proposal for the new constitution that will shield the army from parliamentary oversight. The planned change would have given the ruling military council exclusive authority to approve any legislation on the army's internal affairs. An expert on Middle East, Walid Fares, said the current cabinet was an ally of the military council. He said the council was trying to strike a balance between the forthcoming government, which would probably be a coalition led by the Muslim Brotherhood on one hand and the opposition on the other hand. Fares said since the downfall of Hosni Mubarak, the military council had put measures in place to ensure that whoever comes into power will have less to dismantle the power of the military. Military men had ruled Egypt since 1952 military coup. Parliamentary elections were set to start on November 28th and last until March. Uganda has dropped all charges against former Vice President Gilbert Bukeya to stage before his corruption trial is due to begin. Officials say the charges were dropped because the government had been named in a civil suit connected to the same corruption scandal. Vice President Bukeya was briefly jailed last month after being accused of abuse of office and fraud in connection with a Commonwealth Summit in Kampala in 2007. He had denied the charges. Bukeya was accused in July of profiting from a $3.9 billion deal to supply luxury cars for dozens of heads of state at the Commonwealth Heads of State Government Summit 4 years ago. He was the first government minister to face corruption charges in connection with the summit. 3 other senior officials, including the Foreign Affairs Minister, Sam Kutesa, are still facing charges over a deal to refurbish the hotel for the summit. And that's the news summary. I am Glory Abu. It's now 5:05 GMT.
Hello there. Nice to be with you again. Well, reading your letters. It's quite becoming a favorite pastime because through your letters I can catch a glimpse of your thoughts That's why we take reading your letters seriously here on our feedback program, Listeners' Letters. On the program, we give them the opportunity to know how you feel about our country, Nigeria, in our station, Voice of Nigeria. Well, it's said that it takes two to tango. So, I won't be reading your letters alone. I'm here with Ebere Ajabu, and together we'll bring your letters to you. I'm Rosemary Okori. Well, nice to be with you again, and hope you're ready to go on this exciting adventure with us across the 7 continents of the world. Oh yes, we'll take in the scenery, visit exotic places, sample new delicacies, and interact with people of different races, experience their culture, and many more. And did I mention that